We didn't touch on slavery. We didn't touch on genocide. We didn't touch on anybody who, David's wives being punished for something he did.
He said slavery, genocide. Now, slavery is not really a bad thing then. It was not a bad thing, it was part of life. Slavery was part of life. Let's use the example of the Israelites that were in Egypt. When they were in Egypt, they spent over 400 years in Egypt. Many of them, even all of them, were born into that slavery. When they left, when Moses rescued them, God sent Moses to rescue them, and they got to the Red Sea. And they saw Pharaoh and his armies coming from afar. They said to Moses, "You should have left us in Egypt instead of bringing us here to die." Now, they were slaves in Egypt. The kind of slavery they went through in Egypt was the worst kind of slavery. They didn't go into that slavery because of their sins. Every other slavery they went into, it was because they did something wrong, because it was a form of God correcting them of their sins and bringing them back. But this particular one, which was the worst, it was not because they sinned. Now, don't let's forget, before then, when Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers and eventually landed in Potiphar's house, he was a slave in Potiphar's house. Now, Potiphar made him the head of all the workers in his household. Potiphar was a very important officer in Egypt at that time, and Joseph was the head of all the affairs in Potiphar's house. Slavery is not really a bad thing if you look at it. Slavery is not a bad thing. One example I can remember about genocide is Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, when these three angels came, one of them was actually the Lord, spoke to Abraham, and they told Abraham their intention, that we are going to destroy Sodom, which you can refer to as one of the earliest genocide in the Bible. Now, Abraham pleaded and said, "If we can find 50 people, would you spare Sodom?" And the Lord told him, the angel told him, "Yes, that we will spare. We will spare." It came down till maybe 10 or 5. If we can get 5 people, innocent, without sin, will you spare Sodom? And he still said yes. But they eventually destroyed Sodom. Why? Because no one was found.